So Kellyanne Conway was all over TV on Sunday, and she came up with a doozy called alternative facts. Those are apparently facts that are not true. But that was not the only thing that she talked about. She also talked about Donald Trump's tax returns. Now, remember, Donald Trump had said all along, "Oh, I'm being audited, and so that's why I can't release my tax returns. But the minute the audit is over, I will, of course, release them." And he claimed he was going to release them before the election for a while, and then he stopped claiming that, and he was like, "Yeah, no, we're not." Then he claimed that he was going to release them after the election. Well, now Kellyanne Conway goes out there and goes, "Yeah, we're just kidding. Watch."
You also have more than 200,000 who petitioned the White House calling on President Trump to release his full tax returns with all information needed to verify Emoluments Clause compliance. Whenever 100,000 petition, that triggers a White House response. So what is the White House response?
The White House response is that he's not going to release his tax returns. We litigated this all through the election. People didn't care. They voted for him. And let me make this very clear. Most Americans are very focused on what their tax returns will look like while President Trump is in office, not what his look like.
That promise gone into the ether. No, we won't release the tax returns. And our answer to you is, ha ha. Well, if you were stupid enough to vote for us and believe that we would, like we told you, well, that's your problem, not my problem. We already litigated that, and you voted for us anyway. So if you were that kind of a sucker, ha ha. Now, you might be thinking, well, that you're saying that to Hillary voters. You're not saying that to Trump voters, because I'm sure the Trump voters in the country overall don't care since he won, right? Wrong again, Bob. Let's take a look at a ABC News Washington Post poll on this. Should Trump release his tax returns? 74% said yes. Only 18% said no. In fact, even 49% of Trump supporters said that he should release his tax returns. So the reason for that is, yeah, they elected him because they didn't like Hillary Clinton. They were against corruption, and he said he was going to drain the swamp. And he said he was going to bring jobs back. They didn't then give him carte blanche to be just as corrupt and not have any transparency. No, they actually elected you because they believed that you were going to serve them. Now, I think that they were completely mistaken in that belief, but they believed it. But part of serving them is being honest, upfront, and transparent. So one of his first acts is to say, ha ha, I'm not going to do any of that, and I don't care if 3/4 of the country wants to see my tax returns so they can make sure that I don't have a conflict of interest, that I'm not just enriching myself in this role, and make sure that I'm actually serving you guys and not myself. No, you're never going to find that out, and I'm not going to give you that information. So he thinks he's above the law and that he won't get hurt by any of these actions, but I think he's sorely mistaken. And I think this is one of those things where the American people look at it and go, oh, I get it. He's hiding something. So Kellyanne Conway's right. It didn't affect him in this election because he won by the skin of his teeth. And he snuck in there, even though he lost the popular vote by 3 million votes, but he did win the Electoral College, and he's in there now. Whether it affects him in the next election and whether it affects Republicans in 2018 is a completely different matter. That is yet to come. Become a TYT member and get all of our shows, including the ones only members see, Old School, Aggressive Progressive, our post games, TYT Classics, and you even get the interviews before anyone else does. TYTnetwork.com/join.